What is going on, guys and girls? I am IDrewMan, and this is my Dark Souls walkthrough part 12. In this episode, we take out the Capra Demon, and we explore the entirety of the depths. The tricky thing about the Capra Demon is that you have to fight two of these dog guys at once. Just to let y'all know, this weapon is the Battle Axe +5. It's a really good weapon. I mean, you can just use whatever you want, but an upgraded weapon is pretty much a necessity for this boss. When fighting this guy, there's a few moves you really want to be wary of. The first is his double swing, where he grabs both of his weapons in both of his hands and swings. When he does that move, you do not want to block, you want to roll away. Yeah, so if you try to block it, he will break your guard almost every single time, and will probably do a lot of damage to you. You also want to be aware of that jump move. That's also one of those moves you want to roll out of the way of, or just stay back. You also want to be careful of his double swing, because sometimes you'll think he's going to do a single swing, and you'll go for it after his first swing, but his second swing will get you. He doesn't do a triple swing, so after he swings twice, you can go in for a third hit. Right there, that's his double swing. You do not want to block that. That is bad consequences. And that move is also homing on you, so if you roll, he will still probably get you unless you use the invincibility frames available to you. But if you've noticed, right now I'm just kind of toying with him. Right now the fight's over, but I finish him off right there. I didn't get hurt, but the biggest problem with this guy is the dogs. They're challenging because, you know, 3 enemies at once is never too easy, so you want to be careful of the dogs. You want to pick them off first, and then you want to focus on Capra. So that's what you want to do to take out the Capra Demon. And once you kill him, you get the key to the depths, which is this way right here. The depths suck. I mean, they're not as bad as Blighttown in my opinion, but you know, the depths, just the depths. Ugh. No one likes the depths. So, you know, you want to be careful of this hollow right here. Typically that hollow that I turned around and showed, typically he comes this way, but for some reason he didn't. So if you notice, I got a large soul of a lost undead, I believe. So this way there's 2 more hollows, and right there I was just being stupid, taking a hit. But killed them and headed this way. There's a ton of hollows down in this little balcony area, so don't just run in guns or swords blazing, I guess. You want to fight smart and play smart. In the depths, and the farther you go in the game, you really just want to play more and more smart. So you also want to be careful of these fire guys. They can do certain moves, such as like a rushing fire move, like they just run at you and swing the fire back and forth. And if you don't have your shield held up, it can do a lot of damage to you. So if you noticed right there, I put on the wolf ring. What that does is it boosts your poise by 40. I equipped that so I could, you know, get some more hits in real quick without having to get hit and get knocked back. So if I was in the middle of a swing and someone hit me, I could finish it. So that's what I did there. If you notice, there's a butcher right there. That butcher is actually a female. It was confirmed by the creator of Dark Souls that that is a female butcher. I don't know how that's a female. It just is somehow. So it's not too. She's not too bad as long as you just kind of backstab her. Anything's easy when you backstab them, but you just want to, you know, backstab them. Chain backstabs are good for her. Again, upgraded weapons are really awesome. So those are something you'll want to use. Yeah. So there's actually 2 in this one room. There's this one here. They do not respawn, actually, well, by the way. When you kill them, they do not come back until New Game Plus, so this chest you are going to want to get. It is the large Ember. I'll explain what that does in a minute. But anyways, down this way will lead to the spider shield. It's the shield I currently have equipped, so I did not need to go down there and get it. But I highly recommend you go and get it, because in Blighttown, there are guys who shoot toxic darts, and I explained in my previous episode that being toxic sucks, so you really want to be careful of being toxin. So the spider shield is almost a necessity for Blighttown if you want to, you know, get through without dying too many times. So anyways, one of the 2 butchers will drop the sack. This pyromancer guy, you do not want to swing your sword through the barrels to free him. That's kind of obvious. If you don't know why, then use your common sense, I guess. If you don't have it, then it'll hit him. So yeah, common sense. But anyways, roll into the barrel to break it and free him. After you talk to him, he will head back up to Firelink's shrine, and he will give you the Pyromancer hand next time you see him. He will also sell you pyromancies so you can play with fire. Anyways, this is the way we have to go. I will get back to the large ember in just a second. There's a whole bunch of stuff here though that I need to talk about. If you noticed up there was a weird glob thing on the floor on the ceiling. It is this slime guy right here. You want to take a few steps toward the dead body and roll back real quick. It's a trap. If this guy lands on you, he will eat on your face and it hurts a lot. So I killed him real quick, and I'm going to pick up this item, the soul of a nameless soldier. That's 800 souls. So heading back this way, you will encounter a hollow in this room. This hollow actually patrols this room, so you'll encounter him on different sides. And also, when you enter this room, you really want to look up. If you notice all those glob guys on the ceiling, I show you my strategy to get past them all. This is pretty much it. You just kind of wait for them to fall and then turn around and wait for them to hit the ground. You're going to want to take out this hollow, and you will be able to get to the next bonfire if you started out with a master key. If you did not start out with the master key, I will show you the key to open that door. It's really not too far, but you know, no one likes the depths, and so, you know, it's just that thought, like, I don't want to die, I don't want to come all the way back here, but, so, anyways, I hit the next bonfire. I will now explain what the large ember does. What the large ember does is, you take it to Andre the blacksmith, and he makes it so that you can upgrade your weapon from +5 through +10, so you can go +6, +7, as long as you have large titanite shards, which he does not sell. You need to pick them up down in Blight Town or in the depths, or you can buy some from certain characters. But yeah, so that's what it does. You really want to have your weapon to +10 by the time you get to Anorlando. That's what I recommend, or at least upgrade it past +6, so you can upgrade it more when you get to Anorlando. So, anyways, I killed a whole bunch of rats. These guys drop humanity like nobody's business. I got really unfortunate and I didn't get a single one, but they drop humanity very, very often. So I also picked up the Great Axe. What the Great Axe does is, it's basically just an awesome axe, but it requires a ton of strength to use. So I honestly don't plan on using it. So this place is just riddled with rats left and right, so you want to be careful. There are also, if you noticed a few moments ago, there was a rat hidden inside a box, so now you have to be careful of boxes. So right there, the sewer chamber key that I just picked up, that leads to the bonfire. If you are kind of scared and you're like, oh, I don't want to die, you can just go and pick that up real quick. Only fight a few rats and then you can get back there real quick. You also want to be very careful in the depths because of these holes right there. There are a few scattered around the depths, and you'll just turn a corner and there will be one right there. If you fall down there, you don't die unless you have really low health. You fall a pretty good distance, and then you will land in an area that is infested with these frog things, which I will show in this episode. What the frog things do is they will curse you. That's the only thing they can do to you. They do not do any damage, they just curse you. And what cursing does is it cuts your HP in half. Yeah, that kind of sucks. So, Demon Souls back over again for those who have played Demon Souls. And here there is a channeler along with rats. He can buff the rats, and if you do not kill the channeler, he can also buff the next boss. So you pretty much have to kill this guy. If you don't kill him, he will also shoot down soul arrows while you're fighting the boss. So you pretty much have to kill him to beat this boss, unless you really want a good challenge. If you notice, I also picked up some humanity from that rat. Again, you want to be careful of these boxes, because these rats like to hide in them. If you do not have the spider shield when you're blocking rats, your poison buildup meter will raise regardless, even if you're blocking or not. I also just got a large titanite shard right there, so that's one of the first ones you can get in the game to upgrade your weapon to +6. But back to what I was saying about the poison buildup meter, the spider shield stops all poison buildup, so it's a nice shield that I really like. So it's also the starting shield for the bandit class. The bandit class is probably one of the best classes to start out with for beginners and just, I don't know, for fun. I just really enjoyed it all together. So again, here's a rat, and if you notice, there's a hole again. I was trying to push him down to show y'all. You want to be careful of that. You don't want to follow the rat down. That leads to bad stuff. So again, more rats in these chambers. You want to be careful of them, just because they can poison you pretty much. Right here, you get a soul of a nameless soldier, and you also encounter one of the holes that's around the corner. You do not want to fall down that hole. And boom, giant rat. I've killed him a few times. Typically, I just run past him, though. I didn't get the item right there for fear of dying, because To be honest, I do not know this guy's moveset. I just decided I just wanted to play it safe and just run from him. So what you want to do is, if you're running away, you want to run down the left side of the waterfall thing. You want to run, see right there, go down the left side. If you go down the middle, you will fall down to the frog area. So you pretty much definitely want to go down the left side. If you go down the middle, again, you will go down and fight the frog guys. So I do show that area in a moment, but this guy was being a pain because my hitbox just wasn't hitting him for some reason. So he was right over, and I get hit right there. So that was actually the first time I've like ever been hit by them. So it kind of sucks. So I've never had trouble with these guys like ever, but apparently the game wanted to give me trouble right now. So if you do not kill him, he will block this doorway. So I decided to kill him real quick. The reason you want to go up this way is because it opens up a shortcut from the last bonfire. There are some crates in a room that I passed earlier. You can just fall down the little area that's the crates are in front of, I guess. It's really, really obvious. It's like directly from the bonfire when you turn right. So it's not hard. So it's a really, really nice checkpoint. So, and down here, this is the way that leads down to the frogs. This way is completely optional. I just went this way to show y'all who are having trouble down this way, or to be wary of this way, or just to show y'all this way in general, to show y'all what's down here. If you are a human in this area that I am in right now, like if you are a human, pretty much exactly in this specific area, you will be invaded by an NPC called Darkwraith Kirk. There's the first of the frogs. You will be invaded by Darkwraith Kirk. He isn't too bad, but he is wearing like this interesting armor. But it's pretty cool. If he invades you 3 times in 3 different locations and you kill him all 3 times, you can find his armor, and his armor is pretty awesome. It's called the Armor of Thorns. So what you want to be careful of is these frog guys here. You notice right there, it's that gas stuff. That stuff poisons you very quickly. So you want, I mean, not poisons, it curses you very quickly. So you can see the curse build-up meter at the bottom when I'm in the mist. I actually get fairly close a few times. So you also can see like that little spiked body right there. Those are cursed guys, like actual players that have been cursed recently. So kind of sucks for them. Also right here, you don't just want to run down and attack all these guys at once like I just did. Ranged weapons are preferable against these guys. You also can do a plunging attack right there to get a few of them, but you just want to be really careful about them. And yeah, there's just a lot of gas stuff. You just really got to be careful of these guys because it can get intense. I remember my first playthrough, I got cursed and it absolutely sucked. So you can uncurse yourself by buying a purging stone from the undead merchant who is a female, the one in the aqueduct that I encountered before fighting the Capra Demon. I pointed her out. You get them from her for 6,000 souls. You can get them from the guy at the top of the church. I can't remember his name, but he's the guy who says he's going to forgive all your sins. He's right after the Bell Gargoyles. And you ring the Bell of Awakening. If you do not use a homeward bone to get back to the bonfire and just climb down the ladder, you will actually encounter him. And he will sell you purging stones for 3,000 souls. Did I say the purging stones for 3,000 souls? I think it's purging stones, not purging souls. And there's also a guy in the New Londo ruins. That is the place where we got the first Firekeeper soul. You actually go to him a lot later in the game, but you can go to him and he will just remove your curse. So he will just lift it, but you have to actually get to him first, and that's really challenging. So because there are a lot of ghosts and stuff. That's a song. But anyways, there's a lot of ghosts and bad guys. So you really want to be careful to get to him. So I just don't recommend that. I just recommend buying a purging stone. You want to jump that gap right there, that hole. And also, while I was talking about purging stones and stuff, I picked up a ring called the Ring of the Evil Eye. What that does is, every time you kill an enemy, you get a little bit of HP back. So, it's a really, really neat little ring at the beginning of the game. As you go farther in the game, you will lose more HP than you will gain. So, in my opinion, it's not worth it. So, at the beginning of the game, yes, it's absolutely worth it. In Blighttown, yes, it's pretty worth it. But when you're really far in the game, you get to places like the Duke's Archives or other really challenging places, it just doesn't heal enough. So that's you want to go with Estus Flasks at that point. So, not saying that the Ring of the Evil Eye cancels Estus Flasks. It's just you should use that ring slot for something more useful other than the Ring of the Evil Eye. So, with that said, we are going this way, which is really close to the Gaping Dragon. And if you notice, that guy almost landed on me. That could have been bad. I actually did not know that he was there, so I got lucky. So, be warned, there is a guy on the ceiling that will try to fall on your face. Oh, over there. So, there's excuse me, there's a lot of them down here in the depths, but I've passed the majority of them already. So, right here, there is this kind of odd guy, and he sells some unique items such as gold pine resin, which is good for the Gaping Dragon, which is the next boss, along with arrows and the armor he is wearing. Later, if you once you get past Blighttown, he actually goes back up to Firelink Shrine, and you can buy the Master Key from him there if you have not if you didn't choose it as your starting gift. But seriously though, for a first time through the game, Master Key is definitely the way to go. Over here, you can pick up the heavy crossbow. You can actually snipe the Channeler from here if you haven't killed him yet. Right here, you can summon Knight Lautrec if you haven't killed him, and you can summon Knight Solaire right here if you've talked to him. So Solaire is awesome. He's really cool. So just make sure to summon those guys if you're having trouble on the Gaping Dragon. This has been an IDrewMan production. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for next time where we take on the Gaping Dragon.